If you're looking for the sort of video where I'll be shouting at the camera, throwing my toys out the pram, then I'm sorry to disappoint you, because that's not simply how I go about things. We're going to pragmatically look at the game, look at the reactions from people, and just take a calm approach, goodness. Come on, we have so many games left of the season, and I know it feels like a massive blow, and I am not going to be delusional and deny that. But let's just take a deep breath and listen to what I say, and also comment your own thoughts on the game. But where I want to actually start is the backlash Lewis-Skelly has got. I'm going to read this a bit. 2 times red cards this early in his career. They got to get this boy a probation officer. He's out of control. And before you think I'm going to say, you know, it's just rival fans, today it was really sad to see that a lot of our own fans, rival fans, sort of abuse that was being given to Miles Lewis-Skelly. Just thinking about it from an Arsenal perspective first, he's been so good for us this season. Calafiori has been unfit for majority of this season. Same with Zinchenko. We've missed the quality there. And this 18-year-old has stepped in pretty much every single game he's played and started in. He has been so influential and fantastic. He really has. He's been a credit to the badge, and the way he goes about things is fantastic. But today I saw loads of people saying he's got a bad attitude. The way he plays the game is awful. And I just thought to myself, wow, is this what we're doing, guys? We're having 2 18-year-olds on the pitch. Sorry, Maneri's 17. And the sort of way we're going about it is we are attacking them. Today, let's be honest, we all saw it with our eyes. Calafiori was really poor for the first goal. And you don't need to be a positive guy and hide the fact that that was the truth, because it was really poor from his distances. He got it wrong. He allowed Wan-Bissaka to get a cross in. That can't happen. So I'm just thinking to myself, why has Miles Lewis-Skelly sort of got the biggest backlash out of this? Both are still so young, though. You know what I'm saying? They're so young. So even if you're going to throw abuse and attacks, don't do it on the younger players, because it is just disappointing for me that I saw stuff like this in regards to Miles Lewis-Skelly from a lot of fans, even our own. But yeah, I just wanted to get that one off my chest and just talk about it, and let me know your thoughts on the whole thing with Miles Lewis-Skelly, because I feel like he's just a player who plays the game with an intensity, with a full-on approach, and those sort of players are so rare. He goes into duels with intensity and the desire to win. To have that in a player, it is extraordinary, and to beat him down and try and derail his confidence, he's a very confident player anyway, it is just absolutely poor. And yes, it was a clear red card. Before you think I'm going to start defending the decision, no, it was definitely a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. But Miles, for me, just keep being you. Keep on grinding out, man. There's going to be a lot of hate towards you for what you've done in the past few weeks. But for me, you're a top quality player. And anyway, let's just get straight on to Mikel Arteta's reaction to the game, because it told me a lot. He said, I am very angry. You know, it seems as though he was livid. It reminds me of the game against West Ham, obviously, last season. But in the All or Nothing documentary, there was a game where he absolutely was not having it. And I think it was Nottingham Forest away in the FA Cup. I feel like this was the reaction we got from him today, because he even said, when regards to the lack of options, I refuse that completely. I'm talking about the standard of the players and the team that played, me included, that was nowhere near the level needed to win the Premier League. So maybe we are wrong to attack the board, because for me, after the game, the first thing that came to my mind is the board really screwed us over. They gave us no attacking options. We have an 18-year-old trying to hold our attack together. We have a captain who really struggled to get, the game going. We've got lackluster options. We're putting a central defensive midfielder up front. But Mikel Arteta, he's taking the hit. He's making the players take the hit. And this tweet came out today about agents offering us players during January. Agents offered us Morata, Tel and Endrick. And apparently, the board rejected Morata, Arteta rejected Tel, and Madrid rejected an Endrick exit. So it's not all totally on the board. But Arteta has some say in these decisions, and he evidently felt that there was enough to go forward this season. And let's be real, Mikel is fantastic, and I'll never ever not be grateful for what he's done this season, and I'll always defend him, and I always think he's going to be the right guy to take this club forward. But at what stage was it now where we go from, looking for quality to where the fact we need a body, we need an option? All 3 of these players would have improved us. I know Morata's become a laughing stock, but his presence in the box would have been something. Tel, he looks like a decent option for Tottenham, and he likes to get a lot of shots off at goal, and we need a player who's going to have higher volume of shots on goal. But yeah, it just made me think, goodness, it's not just the board, it's also Arteta and how strict he is for certain players, and certain players have to come in who he thinks can fit the system. And that is just the reality of things. And yeah, a very disappointed Mikel Arteta. You can definitely see that. And like I said, you know, the options in the forward areas today, we were tossing up between Sterling and Marino up front. And it was my biggest fear, you know, once Marino started and West Ham figured out his movement and how he played, I thought, okay, what's the next move? I think even starting Sterling and then bringing on Marino again, you know, it gives the defenders less time to adjust to the change. But it is what it is, you know. Yeah, there's not really much we can say. It was disappointing to lose a game like that with the way we played, the lack of opportunities. You know, low block, mid blocks have been a big problem for us. Kudus was fantastic for West Ham. You know, it's just one of those where you can just look at the game and be like, yeah, we just weren't at it. We just didn't do enough for the 3 points. But let us look at a couple of reactions. First, Mark Goldbridge, who normally is quite fair in the way he analyses things.
I think Arsenal lost this title before Christmas, and I think Liverpool did the work to win this title before Christmas. And yes, there might have been a few twists and turns, but inevitably, I think it's quite predictable that Arsenal will not win this title without a goal threat. They've had 19 shots today and 2 have been on target, and they've lost 1-0 to West Ham. They've had a game that they should have won, and they've had a man sent off as well. It's a case of I told you so. I said that Liverpool would win this title because there is no credible competition for them. And maybe if Arsenal had followed through on an Ollie Watkins or an Ollie Watkins alternative and started burying these sort of games, with Liverpool having a little bit of a wobble, they might have been a little bit under pressure.
And you know what? For once, yeah, it's fair. It is fair. I wouldn't say the title's done, guys. I will never, ever, until it's mathematically over, say that the title is done. Because I'm going to tell you something, and I'll talk about it more at the end of the video. There's still, 12 games to go in the Premier League this season? 12. 36 points are available. 36 points are available. And do you think I'm going to give up on a title? With a gap that's probably going to be, you know, Liverpool probably get a point or even all 3 and put a big nail in the coffin if they do make it sort of 11 points. Then fair play. I will admit and say the chances are below, you know, 1% that we do win this league. But for now, as you're watching this video, as you watch the Liverpool game, you know, in a few hours, because this will go out at 6, just watch. And if the game ends sort of in a Liverpool win, fair enough. They've been fantastic this year. A team who's only just lost 1 game up to now deserves to win the title. But have they won the title even if they win? No, because it's mathematically impossible for that to be confirmed. But if Liverpool do lose away at the Etihad and we have the opportunity again to close that gap to 5 points, you will see. I will put a post out on the Monday and I'll back my team again because that's what I feel like a fan should do. But anyway, let us just move on to Don Hussam. He's been used a lot. I use a lot of his clips. And to be honest, I just thought, you know, why be a sore loser? Let's just see how he reacted to the game after full time when West Ham won.
Ref. And the full time whistle blows! Yes! Up the hammers! We did it! We did it!
And you know what? Fair enough. Valid reaction. If it was roles reversed, I would have done the same thing. So yeah, Hussam has his moment to celebrate after, you know, a lot of hate watches that went wrong. And I'm sure the Liverpool fans who watch my videos will sort of hopefully appreciate the fact I'm willing to give you guys the moment and fair play, you know. Yeah, there's not much I can really say. If you guys do make that gap 11 points, I'll put my hands up and say, wow, you guys have been absolutely unstoppable. And fair play to Arne Slot, Mo Salah, and all the players you've got on your team, because it is a top team. And out of City and Liverpool, I've said this before, I'd rather lose the title to a team with a history and a pedigree in Liverpool. I know I'd rather not lose the title at all, but if it had to be between the two, a team that hasn't got 115 charges, I'm fine with that. We just go again next season. But hey, 36 points more to play for. But anyway, let's end on a more positive note, goodness. There's been a lot of droopiness, I feel like, in this video so far. Although I've tried to be quite pragmatic and sort of calm in the way I analyze the situation, let's look about something quite funny. And it is, of course, David Raya. And look at the speed he's got there. He gave me a little chuckle whilst I was watching the game. The burner's on and he gets the pass off to Martin Ødegaard. It was a great moment in a horrible, horrible watch of a game. And yeah, I saw a joke saying that he's quicker than both Trossard and Sterling. And hey, who knows? That may be the truth. But yeah, just something there to just give a little bit of a smile. Seeing David Raya, let's have a watch again actually. May as well. Absolutely outpaces James Ward-Prowse. And the tackle as well is brilliant, to be honest. Really, really good. But yeah, and another bit of positive stuff again. Let's keep it going. The silver lining, Ben White back, fit, looked great. Should have maybe. He was so unlucky. I don't think he should have scored, but he was so unlucky with that effort on goal. Gave us something else. Those overlaps, we've missed it. Another option there instead of Timber. Hey, look, 2 positives in a game which didn't have many of them, to be quite honest with you. Well, let's just end it on there. Let's look at that league table. Liverpool on 61, Arsenal on 53, Forest on 47. We play Forest away from home. Going to be a tricky game, and a game which, yeah, it's going to be tough. And do I expect us to win the game? No. But, like I've said, I'll back the boys. And stranger things have happened. If Liverpool go away at Etihad and lose, the boys have to be fired. They have to have the fire in their belly, like Arteta has said after our defeat against West Ham. But anyway, Gunners, rival fans, people that were preying on this video's downfall, thank you for watching. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments, even if you are going to say, I told you so, Liverpool are way better than Arsenal. I want to see it, I want to hear it, and I'll reply and see it. But until next time, peace.